Yo, what up guys, it's Z. Growing up, growing older, drifting apart, these are all things that are part of life. At first it's subtle, a few missed calls, the laughter, the plans that never came into fruition. It slowly creeps on you, until one day, the distance has grown, and you realize your friends have drifted apart. It's honestly really strange how life works, right? You can go from knowing someone, seeing someone every single day, having them be a part of your routine, and being an integral part of your daily life. You guys have inside talks, late night drunk talks. You see them at parties, you see them when times are good, you see them when times are bad. They cheer you up, they piss you off. And something so powerful, something so special can just drift away slowly in our lives without us realizing it. And it happens to all of us. Look, I just turned 27 this year. I've always known that this happens in life. I know this is just what's realistic, and as each passing year goes by, I see more and more changes happen every year. Distance and friendships are getting harder to maintain, and some friendships naturally faded away. And I notice as I get older, it's becoming more and more common than not. And that's definitely something I have to adjust to. And as I get older, I tend to reminisce a lot on the old memories I created and look back with fondness. It's not like I'm old and my life is over already. Dynamics change, life changes. Nothing ever stays the same. That's why living in the present is so special. Enjoying the dynamics and just experiencing life. Especially while you're younger because you have less responsibilities. People are less tangled in like marriages, taking care of their kids, paying their mortgage. When you're younger, you have more opportunity to explore your mind, explore other people, learn, create friendships, love, enemies. It's all part of the human experience. I just remember all those countless nights filled with laughter. And honestly, a good friend is one of the best gifts you can have in this world. A friend who just enjoys your company, no judgment, or having to act a certain way. Throughout my life, I have met a ton of people in my travels. A lot of people when I met when I was younger, 19 living in SF, or when I was 22 living in LA. Just so many different periods of time. I've met so many different characters and personalities. Different concerts, bars, on the street, etc. I've shared drinks, I've shared laughs, I've shared stories. Some people stay for a few days, or just a day. Months to years. Some people are there for the decade. Everyone comes into your life for a different amount of time at different amounts of time. So what happens when you start to get older? The truth is, life changes for everybody. Schedules don't match up, calls start to become less and less frequent, and farther apart. You just stop having the time to hang out all of a sudden. Responsibilities and obligations start to get in the way and stack up. And slowly, and it could just be as simple as you're in a different path in life. You're on your own quest. The fact that a lot of the time, it's a slow burn. You don't notice the distance grow every day, until one day you wake up and realize there's a big space missing. It happens gradually. The thing about maintaining friendships over the years is that it's a two-person effort. That means if one person is not putting in the effort to connect or reach out, it's not gonna work out, and the distance is gonna grow. For a friendship to work, two people have to come together, sacrifice, reach out, and both people have to be invested. That's just how relationships work. And a lot of the time, I'm sure this happened to you guys as well. Life gets in the way, we start getting busy, deadlines, car breaking down, and we forget to reach out, or we don't reach out enough until we don't have the chance to. Man, what I wouldn't do to go back to some of the times I used to have. Have you guys ever hung out with some of your friends and it just felt like a giant hangout? You know what I mean? Like a sleepover kind of thing? Hanging out every day, talking. I've had that a couple times in my life and I'm very grateful. But that's just the thing about life. Nothing is permanent. Things are always changing and evolving. And that goes for people as well. You can't hang out forever. You need to handle your business and do what's best for you at times. And don't get me wrong, there are plenty of people who are much older than me who have maintained long friendships over the years. So I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it is inevitable that you do start to drift apart a little bit, just because everyone has to maintain their own lives as they get older. They have a family, kids to take care of, jobs, etc. People just drift apart due to life. It's not a bad thing, it's just natural. It is what it is. I mean, like I said, I'm around the age where people are starting to have kids more. But also, on the other hand, people have had kids since I was 18. Like, when I was 18, I already knew a few girls who have been pregnant. People are getting married, people are traveling the world, See, some people are still living in their hometown. Some people are going back to school. And none of these ways are a wrong way to live. This just goes to show you that everyone has their own life, their own priorities, values, goals, and their own separate path to take. And it's only going to affect us more as we get older. People are going to start families, raise kids, start careers, and life is going to get more serious, whether you like it or not. And that's all just a part of growing up. One of the important things as an adult I think you should learn is balancing your relationships, your happiness, hobbies, stress, emotions, friendships, etc. And something that I think is super important is to never take these absences of distance between you and your friend personal. Growing apart or not speaking for a while doesn't mean the friendship wasn't real or had no value. They didn't backstab you or betray you or anything. The memories are still there, the lessons, there's no confrontation. It's just a change of priorities and focus. As we get older, it's inevitable for our connections to fade. But that doesn't invalidate all the good times, the shared laughs, the unforgettable nights, the deep late conversations. They're all a part of you and shape who you are. In life, we always have to continue to push forward. Life doesn't wait for anybody. Friends drifting away, growing apart is a part of life. It's a natural evolution. So don't take it personal. People change their perspective and priorities. It's all a part of life and evolution. And some people are meant to stay in your life longer than others. Learning to let go and embrace life's natural flow and all the inevitability that comes with life. And as we grow older, we will lose certain friends. And we will maintain some really lifelong friends. There's going to be a space in the middle where you didn't lose them, you didn't outgrow them, but you guys are just doing your own thing. And that's natural. That's normal. You wouldn't want your friends to be obsessed with your life and want you to be stagnant, right? Why would they want you to wait around and do nothing just to be their friend, just to hang out? No. You will have to develop just like they do. Maybe start a family, delve into their passions, raise children, and who knows? It's all a part of growing up. And we touched on this before, but I think it's just important to remember that it's not personal. Everyone else is doing their own thing. Friendships are circumstantial, and for example, in elementary school or high school, some of you guys outgrown your high school friends or, moved away to college and made a new set of friends. And maybe those college friends didn't follow you to your 30s to 40s, or maybe they did. It's all circumstantial, and all these relationships, they all have a life cycle. It's only natural and normal. So when hanging out and being friends and maintaining that relationship is harder because you're not in a certain circumstance. You're not in a certain situation like living near each other or being around the same age, going to school, working together. And as people grow older, people naturally spend more time with their family and invest more time as they get older, especially with kids. Anyways, just make sure to check up on your friends, message them, hang out if you can, and thank you guys for watching.